Welcome to another episode of The Extra Pass presented by Chemist Warehouse. I'm your host, Adam Ballinger, and today we have Melbourne United assistant coach David Barlow on the couch. David, how are you? Thanks for being here.
I'm going well, thanks, mate. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just throwing it right back at me. I'm doing pretty good. Let's get into it. Okay, another win against the Bullets.
Yeah.
Last game was against the Bullets. Take us through the game. We had a hold of it until late. They came back. I mean, what were your thoughts during the game? Your emotional roller coaster through the game, if you could.
I try to stay fairly level-headed.
Yeah.
For the most part. But, I was obviously happy when we got up by about 20. I think we did some good things to put ourselves in that position for the whole game. Defending the three ball was a challenge for us, in part due to some errors that we made, and then some brilliant shot making from them as well. So credit to them for that. That really became an issue for us in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I guess confidence was snowballing for them. And again, we definitely made some mistakes there as well, but then they were also making some tough shots, and we gave up way too many points in the fourth. So I guess that was a bit disappointing. Presented challenges to us, and we had to execute well down the stretch just to come away with the win. So I guess what was the emotional roller coaster?
Happy,
one of
mad,
somewhat,
sad.
a little bit of contentment, but at the same time disappointment in some of the things we were doing.
Well, how much of that do you think is like you're up 20, you're cruising, everybody's playing well and happy? It's human nature to then take your foot off the pedal a little bit. Not for the coaches. I mean, the coaches are always,
right,
reinforcing, no let up, but a bit of that's human nature. You think that set in a little bit for us?
I mean, that's subjective, each to their own opinion on that one.
Yeah.
I think many would agree with you. And like you said, we as coaches, we're definitely trying to prevent that kind of that attitude from creeping in when things are going okay. Didn't quite accomplish that, I guess.
Well, we won. We got it done.
We did come away with the win, which is great. But yeah, we're trying to avoid that type of attitude and trying to be the best versions of ourselves for as long as we can be, really trying to be relentless in that regard. So yeah, I think I probably put it down to other things that I think we can work on, and hopefully we will and be better moving forward.
Tangible things like that you can scout and say these are the reasons for it, not just like, well, that's what happens to humans. Coaches don't generally do
well,
that.
What can we do?
Great effort, guys. Sometimes that happens, but we're moving on. In preparation for the game, they had lost a couple players. They were not playing that well. That was a game where we have fans there who everyone there is expecting us to win.
Yep.
Everyone who is, I don't know, previewing the game would have expected us to win. How hard is it to prepare for games like that, especially because I think they had just lost. Is it Jaden Daniels that week? Is that what's their import? He's gone.
Does
now.
Balls know that we're like, he had to look up, who did we play? Brisbane. Like
Jalen
Adams.
Hey, that's pretty close.
Jaden
Very
Daniels
close.
is a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I just watched the Eagles today. Jalen, okay, wait, and go. Jalen Adams, they just cut that week. They had a big injury to Casey Prather, got that name right.
There you go, yeah.
2 huge outs for him.
Yep.
So there, the players who are still in are probably like, well, this is my chance.
Yep.
Do you prepare for that in a different way because of it's kind of a scary gotcha game, as they would say?
No, I think, to the first part of your question, talking about, I guess, the media narrative, I guess I wasn't aware of that. And I guess we try to insulate ourselves somewhat to what's going on or what people's opinions are outside of our kind of immediate
bubble.
Yeah. But I think they were no less dangerous. I think they had really good replacements for those 2 outs that you mentioned. Nordo coming back into the lineup like a proven winner in our league for a really long time, and then to have Dukas and Lamar Patterson be able to step in at the 4 to kind of absorb Casey's minutes. Obviously, all different players, but no less dangerous. So yeah, we were definitely taking those guys seriously. It did alter the scout. They're different players with different skill sets. So there had to be a bit of an audible call on some of the things that we were planning, but other than that, the mindset remained the same.
Okay. We're sitting at 11-2, which is a very good record. What are the things you liked from the team this season? Like, is there a top 3 things that you really like about this team?
I love the toughness and physicality that we play with defensively. When we really lock into that, I think it's brilliant. I love the pace of offense, pace both like north, south, but also the way we share the ball, the way that we move quickly and make quick decisions, and the way that we play together, I think is at times really beautiful. They're definitely my top two.
Two's good if you want to stop at two.
I'm happy with two.
Okay.
Then, those two things. And
I agree with you. The way that ball moves,
Yeah.
beautiful is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But it's a very enjoyable brand of basketball to watch. Okay, we got 2 losses. So we were 9-0, lost 2. As a coach, you would never want to lose. Fans, they never want the teams to lose. And you'd never even – I don't know why I'm asking this question, because you're going to say that they weren't good losses. But at the end of the season, is it possible that we look back on those 2 losses and think that got our head straight a little bit? Did we need a head straightening, or it's the ups and downs of the season? Like, you're going to lose some games, or we're still mad about that and should be 13-0?
I mean, I prefer to be 13-0.
Yeah,
I'm sure
me
everyone
too.
would be.
Yeah, well.
But look, at the end of the day, if we win the championship at the end of the season, I'm sure we'll look back and appreciate the ride that we went on.
Yep.
Right now, like I said, I'd way prefer to be 13-0, but you do learn valuable lessons when things don't go your way, and we're able to kind of identify, I guess, weaknesses in the things that we do or areas for us to improve on. So I get where you're coming from. Good can be gained from failure. But that said, what do you want from me? I want to be 13.
I told you it's a tough question. On this podcast, I'm not afraid to ask tough questions.
Mate, love it.
Yeah. Even though it's just me and you
Yeah.
in this room, like I'll still go at you.
Hard hitting stuff. Let's go.
All right. So we got we got our bigs. They're playing awesome. We got the 3-headed monster of Finn, KB, and Fab. Can we talk about them and those in the trench type of guys, and how they're not necessarily interchangeable, although sometimes it feels like you can, like you're throwing in one after another and they all play just as hard and do all those little things?
Well, yeah, I love our depth. I think on the bench in our last game, the guys on the court were getting a little bit tired, and Dino made a sub and kind of put in 3 or 4 bodies, and just the level of play that we were putting in that moment, I was like, oh my God, like we're just throwing waves of high quality players at the opposition. So I think we do have great depth across the board, and one of our strengths. Specifically to those guys, I love the way they go about it. They're huge for us. And if you go back to kind of the main 2 reasons why I like the way that we're playing today, our physicality on defense and the way that we move the ball and make quick decisions on offense. I think all those guys really, really do a good job in those areas. And that's probably the main reason why I think that they're so valuable to us.
Yeah. I think they all do the same amount of hard work, but KB out there is just, man, he works hard. Someone on the broadcast was saying another player on another team was the hardest working guy in the NBL. And I think you can make a case for KB, but he does all those little things that don't come up on a stat sheet. He's so much fun to watch, especially if you just watch him. I mean, the tips and taps he has out to, he doesn't get the offensive rebound, but he's the first hand to it.
Yeah.
And he takes a lot of pride in that stuff. And I think all 3 of those guys represent that same mantra.
Yeah, for sure. We try to obviously focus on the process, not the result, and the behaviors that lead us to victory, rather than looking at the specific outcomes of any kind of stat or whatever. And yeah, we hope that all of our guys kind of do all those little things that help us as a collective to win games. And absolutely, those guys do those things.
On the back of that, just talking about
from the cheap seats, Ben, here he is.
Ben can jump in anytime he wants. He doesn't do it very often.
One thing I wanted to get your view on, Barlow, was sort of talking about things that are not statted and that perhaps don't get noticed. I've heard media members talk about Fab Krislovic and his ability as a wall-up guy. Can you talk about how elite of an ability that is? Obviously, he has blocked a lot of shots this year, but just his ability to wall up and challenge defenders at the rim. Can you talk about that and how sort of perhaps underrated that is, or not noticed that can be, because it's not a specific stat that someone can just see in the box score?
Fab's done a brilliant job at that all year, protecting the rim, and we do ask a lot of our centers, both Jesse and Fab, to protect us when things break down or in whatever on-ball coverage we're in. A lot of the times they will be asked to kind of be our last line of defense. And Fab's done a brilliant job of holding down the fort, as has Jesse.
All right. One more before the break, a quick one.
Yeah.
Our super big, Jesse. I have a question with he's a lob guy, or he can do a lot of other things, but he's catching a lot of lobs.
Yeah.
Do we practice that in practice? Like, do we actually practice specific, like the timing of a lob?
Yeah.
Or is there plays for that, or it's just they're mostly all reads?
Well, there's a lot of plays for it. Yeah. I mean, specific ones. Yeah. We've got a wide variety of ways to kind of get him looks. And if we can get him a dunk, if you can get anyone a dunk, you want to take that, obviously. But it does emerge as a read, depending upon the way that the other team's defending, a lot of the time on ball screens. And our guys have done a brilliant job of getting that connection and working together, and the timing. It's just, like you say, it's really difficult. It looks so easy when they do it.
Yeah.
But it just takes a high level of skill from the guard, and then obviously Jesse's athletic ability and his timing and everything. Do we practice it? I mean, it emerges in practice a lot. Because
so within the scrimmages and stuff like that.
Within everything we do, like 2-on-2 or whatever, we might spend time working on relationships with guys in their vitamins. But I don't think that can take credit for how good they are at it. I think it's a skill that high level guards kind of develop over their journey in basketball. Same would be said for a big like Jesse, who's grown and continued to play the game and receive those lobs from the guards. I think it's an acquired skill, and they're really, really good at it. Lucky for us, and hopefully see more of it.
In college, Coach Izzo, if you threw a lob, I never threw a lob and never even caught a lob, but there were guys that could do it. Yeah. But if you screwed it up, he was so like pedantic, like he couldn't handle missed shots, couldn't handle anything. Okay. And if you screwed up a lob, he'd always stop the practice. It's got to be an ascending pass to the corner of the backboard. He'd show you how to pass lobs in practice. And of course, it's the head coach. Everybody has to be, that's incredible. Great pass. It never really worked out like that. But he's always like, do you ever teach that? It's an ascending pass to the corner.
I've heard that be taught, especially on like a high-low where the post is fronted. Yeah, you flash, catch the ball at the elbow or the free throw, and you throw it to the corner of the corner of the backboard. I've never personally taught that. No, not to say there's anything wrong with it, but there's maybe a little bit more nuance to it than just get it there every time. So. Yeah.
You just couldn't tell him that. All right. That's an incredible first half of the podcast, if I do say so myself. We're going to take a break and come back with Dave. Score yourself a great deal at Chemist Warehouse. Find huge savings on all your favorite brands across vitamins, sports nutrition, fragrances, hair care, and lots more. Shop in-store, online, or click and collect at chemistwarehouse.com.au. And we're back. Okay. We're not going to do a Fast Five. I know you're looking forward to the Fast Five. We've done that the last couple of times. We'll do some other stuff, some insight on maybe some basketball players who are younger, maybe, trying to improve or their basketball journeys. You're a coach's coach at this point, would you say? You're coaching constantly, right? Seems like it to me.
I'm a what? A coach's
coach.
Oh, mate, what is that?
That's even so within basketball coaches, you're even higher than that. You're like, you got your coaches, but you're even like within the coaches fraternity, right? You would be like your picture would be on the wall. Like,
man, I don't know about that. I think I'm pretty new to the game, but like I'll take it.
But you're always like, so after this, like you got Sabres practice tonight?
We do, yeah.
He coaches the 16-5s.
16-5s, and we're cooking.
My son's on the 16-6s.
Shout out to the 16-5s.
My son's on the 16-6s, so I'm sure he's doing your head in for sure, even to being around him. Like, is it ever too much? Have you ever like, geez, I just finished here today. Now I got to go coach these 14-year-old kids.
Well, I'm very lucky that my son's on that team. Yeah. So in large part, I do it so I can hang out with him. Yeah. And just, please talk to me. Can I sit next to me in the car? Let's have a chat. Hear about your day. Which I think are priceless moments for me. So I'll do that all day. I've got NBL1 like off-season practice tonight where
Yeah, exactly.
just kind of
there's NBA 1, 2. We didn't even mention that.
just running around playing pickup. Well, whatever you'd call it, I'm not quite sure, but I'm waddling around,
Player coach,
dinging a couple threes. So yeah, just trying to stay in shape a little bit there. No, but whatever I do, I try to make the most of it and feel grateful for.
No days off, like literally grind, don't stop, no days off.
No, I do enjoy a day off here and there for sure. You really get to spend time with the family together.
Yeah.
Is probably the best moments of my life actually. So, yep, I enjoy the work that I'm grateful to have, but I also love to be able to spend time with my family.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to read these because I want to get them right. So if it looks weird on YouTube, I apologize. What would you say to someone that may be playing basketball but struggling because they're not getting the ball as much as they like? How can they still involve themselves in the game? I mean, especially for these kids that are playing, like my kids play rep basketball, and you go through a game, and one game you're going to get one shot, the next game you might get 10. But you know, I try to get into like, how do you affect the game?
Yeah,
and make the coaches see what you're doing without just hitting shots.
Well, yeah, first off, like, can you extract enjoyment somehow, some way for the game, I think is the most important thing for kids. If they're not happy with their involvement or how many touches they're getting, there are different levels that they can play. And I think domestic basketball is an important thing for kids to play outside of if they are playing rep, just so that they can get kind of more exposure to the reads when they have the ball in their hands, where they can be a little bit more aggressive, try out a few things here and there, not be as afraid to make mistakes. So playing at different levels is one kind of remedy, I guess, to that problem. But then I guess going back to why we're a good team, I think at United, and all the things that go into winning and finding joy in those, behaviors of running your lane or setting a screen or getting a rebound, things like that, that go into creating a great possession, a great defensive stop. I mean, I think if we can teach our kids to prioritize winning behaviors and being a participant in kind of team success and enjoying that and all the brilliant things that come with that, the connection with teammates, the relationships that you build, the memories that you'll create of, together trying to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whether it's win a game, win a championship, win a tournament. Hopefully they can kind of find enjoyment in that. Hopefully they've got coaches that kind of push them in the direction of finding enjoyment and success in the little things that lead to success for the team. And not so much focusing on the individual, I think is a decent place to start.
Well said. You might need your own podcast. Okay, shooting. Yeah, you're one of the most consistent shooters in the history of the NBL.
Okay.
That's what it says here.
Well, I don't know, but like I'm happy to compete. If anyone wants to compete, I love shooting competitions. So, Balls, if you ever want to shoot against me, let's do it. I feel like
wrist is hurting today, but I'll
wrist
take
is hurting.
you on.
Here we go. I feel like Balls is pretty high level. We should get some bonus content one day.
I'll be up for that.
Like if you shot 53s right now, what do you think you'd make?
My wrist couldn't take it right now. 50. I'm not moving.
No, catch and shoot, 5 spots, 10 shots.
Do I have is there a shot clock? Like, is I
take your time.
At a certain time?
I mean, don't be absurd, but like
35.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Is that that's low?
That's not amazing. Yeah.
40, maybe 40. I mean,
if you're in the 40s, you'd be competitive, I think. But
I could get to the 40s pretty easily. Yeah. I just have not. We played a game the other day as a club. Yeah. Before that, I mean, I hadn't touched the ball in 8 months.
Yeah, right. But Balls just has like a beautiful shot.
Thank you very much. It's like riding a bike. I did shoot well in the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Maybe probably more. I've just kind of 47.
47 out of 50. Yeah, that's a good score.
Balls did have 27 in that game, so he's being modest.
Nice. 9 threes.
No, 3 threes.
Yeah, right.
3 for 6. I didn't shoot that much. I'm trying to spread the ball around. Right. Other people like to
finding enjoyment in other parts of the game.
Exactly. I'm finally learning that at 46. Right. Okay. If you were talking to a shooter and they want to be more consistent, what advice can you give them other than just say, get more reps up?
Well, I think that is the most important thing.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to hear that. It's like,
what? I just want to get good without working.
10,000 hours of shooting. Dude, how about that? That'll do it.
That'll help. Yeah. You do want to have, I guess, the technical aspect, somewhat down, but you don't want to be practicing bad habits. Yeah. So, you can't, asking me to give advice is impossible because it depends on
each individual,
what their technique is and, whether they like to shoot the ball from this side, that side, which eye do they like to kind of see out of for the most part. A lot of little things go into it, but I guess getting a solid foundation and a kid probably needs to watch some footage of the best shooters or be in touch with a coach to help them to get a reasonable kind of technical foundation. And from that point, I think reps are everything.
Yeah. So find some enjoyment out of it in some way, but then reps. Like
No,
it can't be like going.
Yeah.
It can't be like work. Like I'm off.
Well, hopefully they love the game. If you want to be really good at it, you'd hope that there is some level of love there. And I think it's going to be tricky to really put in the work if you don't really love the game.
Good point. All right. For juniors, it can be hard to set plays. Like it's hard to set up plays for juniors and get them to run the exact play you want. What's a good play to set structure and create a fun environment to play within for your young teams? Yeah,
I think that's a tricky one as well, which I'm finding out in coaching juniors. I think to give them a basic structure of, spacing and reads out of that shape, I think gives them the best chance to be able to run a play if you wanted to draw up something specific out of that shape. But then, the defense you're going to see, the read's going to get taken away.
Yeah.
They're going to be, there's a zone, there's a full court press, they're switching, they're hard show. You can't know what's going to happen. So they have to have a comfort level in a specific shape and then over time learn the reads and the counters out of that shape. Which I guess it's a longer process than maybe what you want to hear. But I think this will help the kids more than anything.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Okay. We're moving on. All right. Last question. Okay. 2 big games this week. We got the Hawks and the Wildcats.
Yep.
All right. How are we approaching these games going into FIBA break?
How are we approaching them?
I mean, do we want to win them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
That's one.
We want to win these ones.
It's hard because you can't really ask a coach about 2 games. I assume we're only approaching the first game right now, right?
Well, the focus is on the first game. Yeah.
So
there is, I guess, background work going into scheduling and when do we practice?
Maybe,
Scouts definitely occurring in
the
the background for sure. But the focus right now is preparing for Illawarra.
Probably want to play good defense.
We really want to play good defense and good offense.
Have the ball move around on offense.
Well, that looked a bit frenetic and a bit too hectic. So there is, I guess, a timing, a spacing element to it that we want to be good at. Doing everything we can to win this game. And then with the quick turnaround, how do we, take care of bodies and everything like that to get up again for Sunday.
Okay, Dave, thanks so much for coming on. That's it.
Damn.
Great job. Great answer. Thanks for coming on. Thanks to you. Thanks to me. Thanks to Locke. Thanks to producer Ben. Most of all, thanks to Kim's Warehouse. And we're out.